Hey everybody, hello YouTube, hello Internet. This is Kyle, aka Vulcan Wolverine, aka Vulcan Wolverine 2, and it is October 22nd, 2019. This weekend I went to, oh, I gotta clean my glasses. This weekend I went to my friend Blair's wedding, and I wanted to congratulate him and his wife, Wendy, for getting married. Sometimes he watches my videos, so he may see this, but congratulations, you two. Also, just a quick announcement. It is October 22nd. It's Stacy's birthday today, the most special person in my life. So I just wanted to say, if you guys see her in a chat or anything, wish her happy birthday, and you're gonna have a great birthday, sweetie, even with the targeting. I promise. I promise. So, um, I want to start with a prayer, guys. I'm not feeling too great. I'm blocking some of the big external stuff, but the mind, like the remote neural manipulation, is still pretty bad. It makes me feel just like drained of adrenaline and drained of energy, and then artificial depression and anxiety, like all the time. I'm fighting through it. I'm attenuating a lot of this stuff, but it's still really hard. I'll talk about this more. Let me pray this prayer to start this video, and I'm going to try and just make it short. There was something that was pretty it was kind of hit me on the day of the wedding. Me and Blair went to church right afterwards to this Episcopalian service, and the priest's message just kind of just hit me right in the heart, especially what I've been feeling lately. I've been feeling really tired. My attackers are really punishing me for going to see Dr. Hoffer and putting that out, and then I think they're getting kind of antsy about this ZVS driver, which I got some parts I want to show you. I got the ZVS driver with the coil, but I haven't gotten the power supply and the and stuff that you assemble it with yet. So let me start with this. I'm going to start with a prayer, guys. In the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Lord, this is not the race I imagined. It is certainly not the race I wanted. It is not romantic or heroic. It is brutally painful and dark and lonely. I need your strength to persevere. I am too weak and broken for this. I need you. I want to run this race and finish with dignity and grace, attesting to your strength within me. If you are truly near to the brokenhearted, be near to me today. Amen. In the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, in the name of Jesus Christ. I just want him to, come through me and speak on my videos. Maybe he has an easier time when we're so tired and we can't really think, and we just speak out and we speak from the heart, and hopefully God will come through that. But like, I went to the wedding. I went to my friend Blair's wedding on, it was Sunday, and it's, with being targeted all the time, and my attackers, like, they do this thing where, and I think it's with remote neural manipulation, where it's like like it's vagus nerve stimulation, and I think trigeminal nerve stimulation through remote neural manipulation, and I think they also externally hit me on the left side, but it's like this whole side of my face just felt tense, and more than tense, and a lot of pain, a lot of inflammation. And so I went to the wedding kind of feeling like that, and like I saw a lot of my brothers. They were my brother's age in high school, but I was friends with them too, and I hadn't seen them in years, like in years. So this wedding kind of reunited some of my brother's friends and me and my brother and them. But it was like, it's like, I don't try and be fake when I go to places I'm in a lot of pain, but it's Blair's special day, so I don't want to. I don't want to make things about me, right? So I'm trying to smile, and even though I'm getting bombarded by directed energy weapons, I think a lot of you guys know how that feels. But it was like it was hard to smile because my cheek was all messed up, and it was just a weird feeling. I guess you get used to it when you go to so many events while you're being targeted. The V2K, was kind of in the way in the background because of the noise canceling hearing aids and just so many people talking at the wedding. But I don't know. It's just like a lot of my brother's friends, they have cushy jobs, they've got their kids and everything, and um, we can still have those things. We can definitely still have those things, but it was like a war. You don't want to go to a wedding and it be kind of a challenge or a war. You want to have fun, be celebrating, your friend's marriage. It started to be fun, but at first I was a little bit nervous. I was a little bit nervous because we live in a different reality, being targeted. It's weird too because my friend Blair, he is targeted, but he just takes the stance of I don't care what it is. God can beat it, and I don't need to learn about what it is. I don't need to learn about gang stalking. I don't need to learn about directed energy weapons because it's spiritual. It's from Satan, and like I see that point of view. I definitely see that point of view. But to me, it's like being attacked by these directed energy weapon systems. You break it down to the most simple, primal, violent thing that could be done to you, like somebody coming up to you with a huge 2x4 and hitting you. God wants us to block that board from hitting us and get it out of the criminal's hands. It's not like you can just sit there and be like, okay, God, I trust in you, and then the guy's going to come up with a 2x4 and just beat you anyway. So it's like a real world concrete weapon to me, and I don't know. Some people see it in different ways, spiritual, and if that helps them to get through it, but I don't see it. It's integrated directed energy weapon systems. It's frequencies used as weapons, directed energy used as weapons, and I don't think it has to be that complicated. It's not like this magical thing that is really that advanced. Like when the iPhone first came out, it was very advanced. Now everybody has an iPhone, right? This directed energy is being used in every community. It's no longer advanced. It's now in our lives. The only reason that people still are tricked into thinking it's advanced is because out of sight, out of mind, and a lot of the public doesn't know about it, but it's being used in every community. Anyway, so it was a good wedding. I mean, it was a good wedding. It's nice to celebrate love and to celebrate because I mean, Blair's been through hard stuff too, with the targeting. So it was just really good to celebrate that. After the wedding, Blair was like, "Let's go to church." Just me and him went to church. We went to this Episcopalian church to receive the Eucharist, which I did. It made me feel a lot better. I haven't been to church in a while. I haven't really found a church that I'm comfortable at with all the targeting, but this church was really nice. And the priest got up, and I'm not gonna be good with all the details, guys, but basically it was like this message. It was like God was speaking through him to me, and probably to a lot of other people that were in church. It was just striking home because we all have hard issues in our life. But he was talking about this race, and like a race that you run around a track, and it was a race that had I don't remember exactly what race it was, but it went for months and months, like, and it didn't stop. And these people who would run the track, I think they would sleep at night and then keep running, and the race kept going for I think like weeks or months or something like that. Just the longest race in existence. I forgot what it's called, and I forgot when it takes place. But the guy who won it, he's like was just persevered through a couple of weeks of running all the time, and I think they would sleep at night and then get up in the morning and run. And he was just like this runner who just didn't quit. And everybody after the race, after he won the race, I wish I could remember the details, but the remote neural manipulation is really bad. I can't remember a lot of things, so I just got to give you all the gist of it. But they were saying, how do you do that? How do you keep going? How do you persevere through that when so many people quit? And he said, well, the deal is, before the race starts, I decide that I'm not going to quit. And it hit me. It hit me really hard. Not just that, because the priest was also talking about fighting for justice, even when people can't see. I mean, he was talking about this in general terms. He was like, when you're seeking justice for yourself and for your family and others, when people don't even know, they don't believe you. Like, I mean, he was saying these words. So it was just this sermon that just smacked me in the chest, and I was like, oh yeah, yeah. And I remembered that at the beginning, when I first knew that I was targeted, like I knew something was going on. I didn't know what it was, but I got the high pitch ring in my ears, and I knew I was being targeted by something. I said, I'm not going to quit. No matter what happens, I'm not going to quit. And I made that choice at the beginning of finding out that I was being attacked by weapons. I didn't know about the program yet, and that so many people were going through it. And I wanted to say that because, and I wish I could get like a transcript of the sermon, because it just boom. I mean, it was like boom. I just sat there and I listened. I could pay attention because it was so important to what we're going through. But and that's, I mean, that's the thing. It's not like we're gonna sometimes not need breaks. I mean, I've been taking a break lately. My attackers are just torturing me way too hard, and it's not even a bodily thing. Like my body, I can do stuff with my body. It's like my mind is racing with remote neural manipulation, stress and everything like that. Racing thoughts, but unorganized, to where it's like I know I sound all right to you guys, but it feels bad. It feels like when I'm talking, I don't have a direction, or I can't remember words and stuff, and it's a very scary feeling to me. So I'm just trying to adapt to it. Definitely not going to quit or anything like that, which is kind of about what today's video is about. Like I decided at the beginning, and we need to do that. And sometimes we're going to be like, oh, you know, I can't do this today, or I can't do this week. I can't deal with this. I've got to just lay in bed. You know, I'm not talking, we're going to have those times, but like making a decision to finish this race, not deciding how it's going to be every day. Because some days the torture is just going to be the worst in the world. Some days it might not be as bad. Every day it might be so bad for you. But you got to make that decision. I'm not going to quit. Not on bad days, not on good days. And on good days it's easy, right? But also on the worst days, you want to have that decision locked in. And we're dealing with something way harder than a marathon or other illnesses. This is not an illness. This is people targeting us with weapons and not stopping, and also manipulating our mind. So there's more pain, there's more confusion, there's more, anxiety and depression artificially, more anger artificially. So it's a lot worse than some of these problems where people are like, hey, don't just decide not to quit before, right? There can be a lot of damage to our bodies and things like that. But the message in that sermon meant a lot to me, and then I just want to put it out there for you guys. We need to make a decision not to quit, so that on those hard days, we've already made that decision. It's already been made that we're going to finish this race, and it helps us to trust in God more. I don't think that I've ever lost trust in God, but I do question what He wants for me. At the beginning I'm like, oh well, yeah, this program's going to end. I'm going to help it to end. I'm going to go on, and with the targeting is going to end, and then I'm just going to get married without the targeting and have kids and everything. Like, I mean, I still want a lot of those things, but my thing is that it's not that I don't trust God. It's just, what is His will? I'm not sure what His will is for this. I feel like He will give us victory, whether this program stops or whether it doesn't. Also wanted to mention, I think everybody's seen these, right? And on the beginning of my next video, I'll go ahead and show. But Meigsby is doing a lot of videos on the targeted justice protest in Washington. So I think that's still going on today. I think some of them we're going to talk to a couple of representatives, or a representative. So it's very, very hopeful. Please go to Meigsby's channel and like all those videos, share all those videos of the targeted individual the targeted justice protest in Washington. That's so awesome. I hope they get some media coverage too. But I wanted to mention that. But I just wanted to give that message because that's something that's helped me. And sometimes it gets so bad, right, that you're like, oh, I got to take today, or I got to take this week off, or I can't really do anything because the pain's so bad. But I'm talking about at the beginning, when it started. I made a choice. I made a choice in my heart and with God, never to quit no matter what. And it helps. It helps on those days when you can be very indecisive, especially with mind control, and especially indecisive with the mind control, remote neural manipulation, and then the body torture where it's like your body can barely move. And then we're struggling through all these really, really difficult things, that are kind of normal life, what we need to take care of our normal life, but we're dealing with them with all the targeting on our back. So it can just really solidify. And every day you just make that decision more concrete, That's kind of all I wanted to say today. I wanted to read a couple of quotes from runners because of that message. I need to actually start running. I used to run a lot, and I don't exercise anymore. I'm skinny because I don't eat. Like, my attackers mess with my they mess with my appetite, as well as I have Crohn's disease, and so I'll eat like maybe one time a day, sometimes 2 times a day, but and then some days I'll eat a lot. So I'm getting skinny because of all the targeting, because of what it does to my endocrine system, my adrenaline, my digestive system, and everything like that. But I still need to run. I think it actually make me have a better appetite. Before I do that, I just wanted to go through a couple of them because they were really good. And I just wanted to make this kind of short just to do an update. Like, I'm doing good, and I'm using defenses that over long periods of time, balancing the plates gets really, really annoying. The easy ones are Dave Case CD and the noise canceling hearing aids. And if you have enough money to get the noise canceling headphones for $350, the Beats. But some people have been telling me about some cheaper ones that I think that I'm gonna try. But a lot of people have been asking about those, they wanted a link for the Britsco. The exact ones that I got are right here, and you can get 2 for $149. It was like $120 when I got them. I'm gonna put this link in the description for the video. I'm gonna put this description I'm gonna put this link in the description for the video. Because a lot of people have been asking about them. They really work even if you don't have V2K. Please try them. Also, just Dave Case's CD, 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 Dave Case's CD. All right, I'm done, but I'm just going to say it over and over again. Targeted Citizen did a live stream, and Jeff went to visit him and was on his live stream, and Targeted Citizen's attackers broke in while they were gone and broke Jeff's headphones. His what are these called? These COS KTX1 Pro headphones, which I've got to get an extra pair just in case, because I've had this broken when I kept leaving it at my house, and I don't know who they're getting to break in here. We'll just call them gang stalkers. But yeah. So I mean, they're in. This is the thing. I was at the wedding and I came home, and usually what I do is I just pop open this CD player. And look, I'll show y'all. Maybe it'll work this time, but I just pop it open, and I don't know if you can hear that. It sounds a lot different than when I went to the wedding. And then this window up here, this opens right here because this is my Windows media player, and it'll just it's playing. Okay, when I came home from the wedding, it would not play. Like, I kept doing it, and that would pull up and it would say there was an error with it. And then the CD, it sounded like the CD thing was broken. So I guess it fixed. I used this other program to play it, but it wouldn't work when I came home from the wedding. I think it was the no, it was that night. Was it that night? I can't remember. I can't remember. Um, but yeah, so they broke my thing. Well, it fixed it. I guess it fixed after I opened and closed it so much. But I had to go to this other program to play it. That's kind of what they do sometimes. They break stuff, and then when you show people, it's like it's working. Yeah, that always. Well, I mean, I can show you all my batteries that they've electronically broken. They've just heated them up till they broke all of my rechargeable batteries. Okay, but I didn't want to make this too long. I'm gonna put this link in the description of the video. You can probably get some cheaper. These are ones that Dr. Hoffer said, hey, those are good. That's a good kind. So I don't know if you could probably get some for like $100 or $80 for two. And I think they'd be just as good. Yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't be just as good. You could get something for cheaper, but I would recommend them even for targeted individuals that do not have V2K, especially for targeted individuals that do have V2K. And then I just want to do one other thing. Yeah, that's not bad. Just do a little 30-minute video. I just kind of wanted to do an update, and I'll be trying to do other stuff soon, like these headaches. Like the headaches on this side with my jaw and my eye socket and up here, they're very, very painful. Like it's like I look okay, right? And that's kind of like at the wedding. Like I look okay. Like I even noticed it when my brother's friends, we were all kind of hanging around in a circle, and it's kind of like my cheek was shaking and like I'm smiling, but it kind of catches. And I saw two of his friends. They kind of went like this. It wasn't gang stalking. They were signaling to each other that maybe I was like doing drugs or something. Because like my jaw's up, my jaw gets really messed up sometimes. It's very painful, and not only is it painful externally, like over here, it just like with the remote neural manipulation of my attackers, like interfering with every thought, and then doing V2K, and then doing inner voice, like I guess you just call it synthetic telepathy. With all that, it's like my brain is just like I can't, and I'm like, oh, well, I need to talk about this, and I need to talk about this, but like I'm gonna get on there, and I don't know. I seem to do pretty good. I think when I do videos, I seem to do okay. That's God. That's a miracle. This is a miracle that whenever I get on here, like I do okay. God's got His hand in this, so I need to. It's another thing I need to do with these practical things. I need to put them more faith in God to handle the practical things. There is a lot of talk about like some people go all spiritual on this stuff, and then God's called me to do a certain thing. I think God calls us to handle things differently, but I don't know. It just a lot of stuff happens in the target individual community, and with everything, it's very stressful. And then it's very stressful. Then with all the pain, and it's like your mind's going from the remote neural manipulation. I get just worn out where I'm just like, man, I don't know. I don't feel very inspired. I don't feel inspired to come on. I feel like, oh, I'm gonna grind it and come on here, and I want to be more. When I'm inspired, come on and make a video. I want to rely on God more. Rely on God more for my direction. When I'm in excruciating pain, I've got to find better ways to meditate on Him. And even in those moments where I can't even think, like God will lead me. And I need to adapt. I need to adapt to the level that my torture is at, along with attenuating, right? And I hope all you guys are doing well out there. I hope you're attenuating a little. I hope your situation isn't today like, I can't bear this, I can't stand this, I can't live one more day. I hope you're not in that position. And if you are, then there's some things you need to work on. There's some defenses you need to get, and things like that. Supplements that you need to take. If you're in that spot where it's just like, I cannot bear this, I mean, some days I'm like, man, I've got so much brain injury, I don't know where my life's gonna go. But I tend to be able to get things done and get up and, take care of stuff. So it's bad, but and I don't really want to do this, but like if I stopped using all my defenses for like a week, I'd be like, oh, okay, oh, I had it, I was in heaven right there. So you kind of get used to these certain levels of targeting that you're at, even if you are yourself, um, affecting it, attenuating it. But I just wanted to show you all this. I got this in the mail. I only got one, well, two parts really. Um, this is the ZVS driver. I haven't even unpackaged it yet, but it has fans on the top. So you want to get fans or vent. You want to get fans or vent because it will heat up. I hope it's not broken or anything. But I got the ZVS driver. Then I got the Tesla coil, which I'm gonna have to hook up to this. I have no idea how it hooks up. I'm gonna have to figure that out. And then the power supply is coming, and then 3 parts, cable to hook it up, to hook this up to the power supply, the plug that you hook the plug into the wall, and then the plug into the power supply, which I think I don't know. I'm watching. I can't remember her name. It's a name I'm not used to. Map Oyakab. I think she plugged, well, I won't go into all the details, but I just got to get those other pieces and hook it up. I have a lot of faith in this, because I don't know exactly how it works, but I just have a good feeling. Like, I have a really good feeling, and we got to look into this stuff, guys. I just don't think a good idea is just not using defenses and trying to stop this, because you do better. You do better when it's attenuated, when it's calmed down a little bit. Sometimes it still hurts and it's still bad. And my attackers are the main thing that they can get through with is like the remote neural manipulation and nerve pain. The grounding that I use has stopped a lot of external hits. Q-Wave defenders do work. I know that people can't buy 16, but this is like a huge, like powerful Q-Wave almost, but it's different. But it's kind of an idea like a Q-Wave defender using different stuff, but this is like where a Q-Wave defender is like, ooh, I have a little bit of power. This thing's like, boom, I'll fill your room with this field. So I have a lot of hope in it, and I just wanted to show you I got that, but I'm waiting for the other parts. We're going to work on that, and I'm trying to call everybody and email everybody back that I need to, but I've got a lot of stuff. I have to, work my Social Security stuff. There's this new, like, Social Security thing where I live in Louisiana, and then there's like a task force or something in Arkansas for our region, and Donald Trump wants to make sure, like he's taken away Social Security. Donald Trump wants people going back to work, so he's going to make it more strict and more hoops to jump through from regional Social Security organizations, so they can get more people off of Social Security. They're not going to stop this. Donald Trump's not saying he's going to stop these torture programs and these directed energy weapon firing programs where they're hitting us and our families, but he wants to make sure not too many people are on Social Security. The Social Security that like I have to use to live, because I tried to work 5 years through this torture and it was just too inconsistent. But some of you guys, some of the targeted individuals out there who've been being tortured for years still go to work. I commend you. I feel like this was the way I had to go. I think we all do what we've got to do. Let me read some of these. Doing what we got to do. Speaking of doing what we got to do. And I guess like it's weird. Dr. Horton said it like on her video. It was like boarding everybody. Get on the plane, or I forgot what the video is called, but it's about everybody get your affidavits ready and get in the group to do the class action suit. And she was talking at the beginning of the video, and she was like, this isn't how I am 24 hours a day. And I've said it a lot too with my situation. It's kind of like I'm probably not a lot like Dr. Horton, but we do, like, when we come on our videos, we like to present information. We like to present ourselves, right? Or I have, like, at the beginning, I really didn't. I was just like, oh, I'm targeted. I don't care. But as I went along, I was like, man, I need to be presentable and stuff like that. But this isn't how I am the rest of the day. Usually I'm kind of like, I look the same. I look the same, but the dealing with the remote neural manipulation, the severe mind control, mind control. For me, it wasn't. For me, it was like, for many years, it was like behavioral modification. We're messing with you, we're putting stuff in your head, we're messing with your emotions. But I really had a concrete lock on even the most peripheral things about me and my feelings. It was attacks, but after so long, after like 2011 is when I learned about it, right? So I'll just say since 2011, after so many years of like breaking me down and making me tired, and remote neural manipulation, constant setting something up with remote neural manipulation manually like my team does, then leaving it there, automate it, that the AI can continually do, then moving to something else to where I can't even keep track of what they're doing in my mind. I feel like I can present myself well. I'm not going to do anything crazy, unless it's like activism, not violent. We are going to do some crazy, like, out of the box stuff, but it's going to have to be peaceful. Um, but it's like mind control. Like, it can make me feel, um, it can just make me feel anxious and not want to do something that was so easy before I was targeted. Like things like that. So I mean, after so, I think we different level people's brains like work differently. For me, it's taken a lot of years for me to say, yeah, mind control. You know, I guess we could say behavioral modification, trauma-based behavioral modification, because it's like traumatizing us. Electromagnetic pulses to the vestibular system that are pathways to the brain, consistently messing with your white matter tracks, consistently messing with your white matter tracks, and things that control how you learn, how you act, and do things. This is awful, dangerous, satanic stuff, and we all know it. I text her back. I'm just gonna wrap this up, guys, and I'll do a live stream soon. I just wanted to give an update, and I've got some things going on that I've got to get taken care of and organized in my life, and it's hard to do that when this targeting makes me so tired. It makes me so tired, and it's like, oh, some days all I can do is just like prop myself up, get my defenses on, and like play video games to keep my mind going and off of my attackers. And it's just, I love coming on and doing live streams and everything, and you guys understand. I was talking to Jeff about that. He's like, yeah, we understand, man. Don't worry about it. Just get really tired. I get really tired, and I just want to make sure I'm in the right state of mind to be coming on videos. I guess sometimes we understand as targeted individuals, our minds are going to be kind of wrecked from remote neural manipulation. We're going to be angry or sad, so we get that. I don't know. I guess I'm just, as we move forward, I keep thinking we gotta get more sophisticated, more sophisticated, more sophisticated, more sophisticated, because our enemies are pretty sophisticated, lying demons, but sophisticated. Let me read a couple of these before I end this video, guys. Let's see which was. I like this one. Impossible is nothing. Running allows me to set my mind free. Nothing seems impossible. Nothing unattainable. Karen Goucher, Olympic long distance runner. There was one, no, okay, look for the light. Nothing, not even pain, lasts forever. If I can just keep putting one foot in front of the other, I will eventually get to the end. Yeah. Nothing, not even pain, lasts forever. If I can just keep putting one foot in front of the other, I will eventually get to the end. Kim Cowart, runner and journalist. Mountains to molehills. This is what I've always thought, like, because Crohn's disease was like this to my targeting, and I think that maybe targeting is something like this for maybe what mankind has to handle in the near future. Like, we're going to have to, well, let me read this. Mountains to molehills. What seems hard now will one day be your warm-up. That's kind of like what my Crohn's disease, I thought it was the hardest thing I'd ever done in my life, you know, as a kid, having to fight Crohn's pain every day, and I had to get some surgeries, but then it's like I have to fight this, and it trained me to not give up, while being so tortured, and everybody else is suffering so bad. There was one, running is the answer. On your good days, run hard. On your bad days, run as long as you need. Okay, and then we'll end it on this one because it's the one that I saw. It reminded me of the sermon, how he's like, just at the beginning of the race, you say, I'm not going to give up no matter how hard it gets. And that's how he won the race. Everybody's like, how'd you persevere so long? The beginning, I made a decision, right? Not to give up. And you just keep reinforcing it. It's like these evil people who are attacking us. They made a decision to betray humanity, and every day they justify it a little bit more, right? That's what I get from my attackers in the V2K. They made a decision to betray humanity and betray this country and betray innocent families. And every day they say, we've got to do it. And every day they solidify that concrete choice they made at the beginning when they started doing this. We can do the same thing. You make a concrete choice at the beginning, you solidify it a little more every day. You condition that never giving up, always surviving. You get God in there to help you do it in the name of Jesus Christ. So we'll end on this one, guys, and I'll be making another video soon. I guess I feel worse than I can present a video. Sometimes I just feel, I just feel really, really tired. So I'm trying to get it together, but I can come on here and we can hang out sometimes. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I'm definitely not gonna give up, right? It's just like sometimes I'm like, I just don't. I feel like I know I got to go to University of Penn. I got to get my DTIs in there. I was gonna do that on this video. I'll do it on the next video. There's so much stuff that I want to put out, but I don't know how to organize it. I guess I just need to do a video and just go through it, where we can hang out, people can come on and talk, and then I can just go through stuff. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to get information out. Okay, so just keep going. Run when you can, walk if you have to, crawl if you must. Just never give up. And that's from Dean Karnazes, ultra marathon runner and author of Ultra Marathon Man. That's a good one. Run when you can, walk if you have to, crawl if you must. Just never give up. It's a good one. I like that. We're going to go ahead and end it on that one. Just wanted to kind of give y'all an update of what I've been doing. And I'm working on a lot more. And Allison left a comment on my Dr. Hoffer video, and she's going to go see him. If you are going to go see him and you want to talk to me, just email me. And I'll call you and just tell you what he told me. And so maybe because he said that he couldn't do these eye tracking tests, He said he couldn't do eye tracking tests or the balance test because that's neurologist, but I think that if you got those tests done before you went to see him, he would check them out and see if they look like the Cuban embassy workers who were attacked. And then definitely if you have ear damage, it would be a good idea to go see him. But we have to remember he's not a neurologist. So anybody who's going to go see him, if you want to call me, just email me, and I'll give you my number. I'll tell you, just so maybe you don't waste time asking him questions. I already did, and you can ask him again or whatever. But I think it is a good idea for a lot of us to go and see him. All right, guys, I love y'all. I will see you on the next one. Happy birthday, Stacy. Happy birthday, and I know you're going to have a good one.